is this? After e4 and e5, white have a very aggressive option, d4. And in general, they are open games. They are open games because white can play this d4 move very early because the queen is there and support this pawn. And after e takes d4, the most logical reply, white here can recapture immediately the pawn. And now black have some very aggressive options, and if you face this gambit and if you like to win easily, then stay with me and I show you how to do it. First of all, the first trap, the first big mistake for white is after knight to c3 and knight to c6. White should not go there on c3 because black can win immediately. Can you spot the winning idea with black pieces? And this is bishop to b4, and eventually one player with 1800 rating fall in this trap. I'll provide the PGN with the files with the games and you can see them by yourself. And the second trap is like that, e4, e5, d4 again. Of course we should capture this pawn, e takes d4, queen takes d4, and now again we should hit the queen. This is the drawback of this early queen. He went out and now we are winning some time in order to attack the queen. Of course there are a lot of options here for white. The most common is to go on e3 because black cannot immediately do something against the queen, cannot attack her immediately, and a normal move here is knight to f6, try to put more pressure in the center and develop the knight. And of course white should not immediately post this pawn on d5. This is not a very good move because now we have this knight to g4, now we are attacking the queen, we are attacking the pawn, we have the two knights here, and white cannot support his center sufficiently. For that reason, white should develop his pieces here. The most common move is to develop the knight maybe, but another common idea is to play this bishop to c4. And now we have this knight e5, we're attacking the bishop, we're breaking the rules, we're moving again the knight because we're attacking the enemy pieces and force him to go back. And after this bishop to d3, we give a check on b4. What do you think now? What white should do? White can play here bishop d2 and the game is approximately equal. For example, black can play this move knight e to g4, attack the queen again, he can capture the bishop after that. But another falling in the trap is to play this move c3. It looks very aggressive, the bishop is attacked and it forced the bishop to go back, right? But here black have an extremely strong move. Can you spot the idea, the tactic here? And the strong move is bishop to c5, an amazing move because we are attacking the queen, and unfortunately white cannot capture this bishop because after that black is winning. Do you know how? Of course, knight to d3, and this is a double attack against the king and queen. And after this strong move bishop to c5, there is no turning back with white. And for example, if he goes on g3, then we have another brilliant tactic here. Can you find it? And this is bishop takes to f2. And there is no good way for white to capture this bishop. For example, he can capture this bishop with the queen, but now we have this double attack on d3 with a knight. He can try another move to capture with the king, but now we have another double attack with the other knight on e4 this time. And black is winning because you are going to win the queen. Let's see some more. And now I'd like to show you one more game. e4, e5, d4 again, e takes d4, queen takes d4, and we should develop the knight with a tempo, knight to c6, queen e3, and now b6. Another interesting move in order to develop the bishop normally to c5 and the other one to b7, for example. Then we can develop the knight and we can play normally. And after knight to c3, bishop b7, bishop d2 and bishop to c5, attacking the queen. The queen goes away on g3 and now he's attacking this g7 pawn. We can play this bishop to d4 in order to protect this pawn, and now white can develop the other bishop on c4, right? And now black set up a trap. what is the trap actually? When you play not a normal move here is to develop the knight, for example, or to do something normal, something like d6, something like that. But if you play a strange move like that, bishop to c5, moving the piece again, then it could be contained and trap, because we're attacking the queen. A most logical reply is f4, and now we're playing this one, bishop to f6, and we would like white to play this e5. We invite him to play e5 to attack again and again, and in this game white actually played this move, and this is a terrible blunder because now black is winning. Can you spot how? And the reply is bishop to h4, and this is a pin because we pin the queen cannot move away, and because the king is behind, and after that we're going to win the enemy queen. Let's see now another game. e4, e5, d4, e takes d4, queen takes d4, knight to c6, attacking the queen, and another variation is to go on d3. Bishop c5, developing the bishop normally, and you can see that the main idea behind queen to e3 is to prevent this normal development. And during this game he played queen to d3, a normal move, bishop c5, knight c3. White is developing very normally his pieces, and he would like to develop the bishop from c1 and cancelling long. This is a normal idea. And black here played this knight to f6, bishop f4, another normal move, and now black starts attacking immediately. You can see that black pieces are already developed, and they can create some threats, right? And a weak spot, a weak point on white's turn is this f2, as we saw earlier, and black can attack it immediately, and for that reason he played knight to g4, and it's a little difficult now how to normally protect the pawn. He played knight to h3, not the best move because the knight is not very well placed there, and now we have d6, f3, try to kick away the knight, and now we have this knight g to e5, attacking the queen, and invite white to give up the bishop pair. Of course, he can capture here, and after that black will have the bishop pair. And for that reason he went back, queen to e2, and already black is better here because he drive back the enemy pieces. He can capture here on h3 and destroy white's pawn structure, but black have another strong idea. Can you find it? And the idea is knight to d4. We are attacking the queen. He went now on f2, and now we have the killing blow. Can you find the killing blow? Knight d takes f3. This is a check. We are attacking the king, and he cannot do anything at all. For example, if he moved the king, then we can capture the queen again and again, as you saw many times. And of course, if he capture on f3 with a pawn, then we can capture the queen on f2. So black is winning here. Let's move forward, and now we can see another game. Again, we have the same opening moves, knight to c6, queen e3, the correct move this time, and bishop to b4, attacking the king. And after knight to c3, we have d6, bishop b5, bishop d7, knight g to e2, knight f6, and you can see that black is normally develop his pieces, short castling, and queen e7. Another key idea is to put pressure on against e4 pawn, because this pawn is not protecting very well, and now f3 looks very normal in order to defend this pawn, right? But immediately white fell into the trap. Can you spot it? And of course bishop to c5 is the killing move, because we pin the queen again in another diagonal, and now white cannot do much. He can put the knight in between, but we can capture this knight, and again we are threatening the queen. And please notice that this bishop on d7 is very good defensive piece, because this knight isn't pinned. If this bishop was somewhere else, for example to e6 or somewhere else, now queen can capture the bishop because the c6 knight is pinned. But with the bishop on d7, this knight is protected, and white doesn't have time to capture this knight because we can capture the queen with in between move, and black is winning here. So let's move forward to another game, and now I'd like to show you a fantastic tactic. So e4, e5, d4, e takes d4, queen takes d4, knight to c6. You know all these moves. Queen d3 again, knight f6, another normal move. In a previous game we saw bishop to c5, so knight c3, bishop c5 again, bishop f4, d6, everything is normal. f3, another normal move in order to overprotect this e4 pawn. And now black starts attacking the white pieces, and he played knight h5. White went knight g to e2, and now black starts continue attacking the pieces, and he played knight to b4, attacking the queen. A normal move here could be queen d1 in order to protect everything, for example, but he went queen to d2. It looks extremely natural, extremely nice, but he falls into the trap again. Can you spot the trap? And he captured here on f4, and now unfortunately queen cannot recapture on f4 because we have this double attack and we're attacking the king and the rook, another tactic. And for that reason he captured here on f4, and white is happy because everything looks coordinated and looks good, but black have a killing move here. Can you spot it? And the killing move is bishop to e3. What a move! And the idea behind it is, if white dare to capture there, we have again this family fork on c2, attacking the king, the rook, the queen, and black will going to win material and the game at the end. So let's move forward to another one. And here we have the same opening moves, and now queen to e3. d6, this is normal, not the best, but it's okay. Bishop to d2, knight f6, queen c3, bishop e7, long castling, short castling, and now we have bishop to d3. It looks normal, this move looks normal because white is preparing this king side attack. You can see that the bishop are here in the king side, and the white would like to attack with the pawns, something like that, or bring the knight immediately to g5. This is white's attacking ideas, but here black can attack first, and knight to g4 attacking the queen. Queen g3 looks normal, but now we have this bishop to h4, and the queen is under attack. The queen can run away, and now we can win with many moves, but this is the strongest because we capture on f2. We are attacking again the rook on h1, on d1, the queen. Everything is under attack. The knight is protected, the bishop here on h4 is protected by the queen, and of course we are attacking with this bishop from c8 bishop. We are attacking the queen twice with the knight and with the bishop. So after queen e3, something like that, black captured the rook and won the game immediately because she has material advantage. So let's move forward and another game. Now we can see a brilliant game with white pieces, and of course it's a playable move. You can play like that with white, capture here, and after knight to c3 you can play the queen on a4. This is another normal variation. Knight to f6, knight to c3. We're overprotecting this pawn on e4, and now black may think that he can strike immediately in the center, because in all openings you should play in the center in order to develop your pieces, attack something, and liberate all of your pieces. But after bishop to g5 we have e takes d4, and now white played this knight to e4, an amazing, a fantastic move. We have queen e7, and now it's your turn to spot why white played this knight takes e4. What is the idea behind it? And the idea behind it is to play this long castling and protect indirect this knight on e4, because during the game black capture here on e4 with the queen and fall into the trap. Can you spot the winning idea now with white? And white have this brilliant idea, rook d8, a fantastic check, and black cannot do anything, because if he captures here with the king, then the queen is unprotected because the knight is pinned and this knight cannot capture the queen. And of course, if black plays something like that, king e7, again we can capture the queen because this knight on f6 is pinned. Unfortunately, black cannot capture on d8 with the c6 knight because this knight is pinned as well. So Bernstein won a brilliant game here, a memorable game, and after this d5 strike he pinned the knight, and after e takes d4 he captured with the knight, increasing the pressure on the pin. And after queen e7, the killing blow, the winning move here is long castling. He has the initiative. It's not winning immediately, but it's a very nice initiative for white, because white develop all of his pieces. The enemy king is in the center, and after this queen takes e4, this is a losing mistake because we have this fantastic check on d8, a fantastic check driving the king into this diagonal, and after that we can capture the queen. This is an amazing stuff. And let's see one more game with the black pieces this time, and we have these opening moves again. And now knight to f6, knight c3, bishop b4, pinning the knight, bishop d2, this is a normal variation, short castling, long castling, and rook to e8. You can see now that black pinned the pawn. This is the main line. Black is threatening to play something like d5 here to liberate the center. For that reason he should play bishop to c4, d6, f3 in order to overprotect this pawn, because already black is threatening something like capturing here on c3, and after that capture the pawn on e4. So we have f3, knight e5, bishop b3, because this bishop was under attack, bishop b3, bishop e6, try to exchange the pieces, bishop takes there, f takes there, bishop e1 in order to develop the bishop from another side, or g3 or on h4. This looks natural. Queen e7, f4, and now you can see that white started attacking the black knights. But we have knight to c4, the bishop is missing from c1 on b3. For that reason we can bring more pieces against the enemy king, and this is a very sharp game because we have opposite castlings, and white can attack on the king side and black is trying to attack in the queen side. And after queen to d3, now black played a fantastic move. I'll show you the move because this is a difficult move. He played d5. And now we should understand why this is a very strong move. After e takes d5, white can capture this pawn with a knight, right? And now the bishop on b4 is under attack, the queen is under attack, and for that reason black captured on d5. And now he went here, queen takes d5, attacking the king and the knight, right? And it's difficult for black to do something, and the idea behind it is to go here in the corner, giving the knight, and now black have a winning attack. And the winning attack went like that. Queen to e3, we're attacking the king is under threat, so he should do something about that. The best move here is to play bishop to d2, of course, and the game will be close to equality because we can recapture this bishop with check. The white pieces are undeveloped, and the game is not winning, but white have a nice initiative here. The position is close to equality after bishop d2, but he went on b1, and white went greedy because he think I have a knight and now I'm winning because this bishop is under attack, I'm attacking the c7 pawn, but black here played this rook a8, and he is threatening checkmate on d1. Unfortunately, white cannot capture here on d8 because black can deliver a checkmate in two moves. Can you find it? And the checkmate is queen takes e1, check, rook d1, the only move, and after that you can deliver a checkmate with queen takes d1. And for that reason he went now on d2, and now we can see a fantastic idea. Black have a fantastic idea in order to deliver a checkmate or a very strong attack. What is that? queen takes d2, an amazing move, and unfortunately white cannot capture the queen because after that we have this check on e1 and again we have a checkmate on d1. For that reason he went here, knight to e2, and black continued with these aggressive ideas and he captured d1. This is a check. Rook takes d1, rook takes d1, the only move is knight to c1, and now we have another killing blow. Why black is delivering a checkmate in 2 moves. Can you spot it? And this is rook takes c1, king takes c1, and rook e1. And this is a checkmate because this bishop is controlling this square. We're attacking the king and black cannot do anything. So I use you know now how to play with black pieces. After this d4, the central gambit, you should capture there, queen takes d4, and you should develop the knight. And I show you a lot of interesting and good ideas. I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, you are very welcome to click the thumbs up button, share this video with your friends, and stay tuned. All the best.